Is new yarn day. I just popped outside real quick to grab this 6-pound box of yarn, and I can't wait to show it to you. If you are a rural girl like me and you've sometimes struggled because the nearest yarn store is 45 minutes to an hour away or in each direction, and you know, sometimes want a little bit different variety, I want to share with you a source I've been using for quite a while and I've been really happy with. If you are an experienced yarnie and you've been online yarn shopping for a while, feel free to go ahead and skip right to the haul. But I wanted to take a minute and just address anybody who might be newer to yarn shopping online or just looking for something different. All right, I dragged the box inside. It's not really that bad, but it was delivered by UPS. It was here in just a couple days. We live on gravel, so it was super, super dusty. I had to go clean that off. And yeah, let's get opening it up. All right, so this haul is from Herrschner's, and this is not sponsored. It's not affiliate. As far as I know, I don't even know if they do any of that stuff, but I have just found it a super great resource, but it wasn't something I found on my own. Like, a friend of mine actually told me about it. And so I just kind of wanted to pass that along because so far I have been really pleased with what they've had. Okay, so if you are newer to yarn and don't know a lot about Hershner's, they're an online company. They are based out of Wisconsin, I believe. I am here in Iowa. So if you live further away, there's probably a good chance it'll take a little bit longer to get your items. I had placed this order on a Saturday morning and it was here on Friday. So, and there was a weekend and the 4th of July in there. So that probably makes a difference a little bit as well. Here's my advice if you haven't ordered from Hershner's in the past. So I would go ahead and sign up for their emails to start out with, because you will be literally bombarded every single day with some sort of promotion, which most of the yarn companies do that. Second, what I would suggest you do is to actually sign up and request a paper catalog sent to you. They seem to send these out like every month or every couple months, and the catalog appears to be the same a couple times in a row, but they place an outside, I don't know what you'd call it, extra cover on it. And most of the time there's a promo on that. And so I think I had the catalog for maybe 2-3 weeks I was carrying around, because for that like 3-week time period or whatever, there was a code on the front that said, you know, I want to say it was $5 shipping or $4.95 shipping with any order of $35. And while I would prefer free shipping, $5 shipping is still okay. Side note, I have found that oftentimes on Joann's website, they say it's free shipping, but then when you go in and actually are like looking at the free shipping coupon, it'll be, you know, like a $4 processing fee, or it'll be like $2 $3 shipping, but a $2 handling fee. So it usually works out to be about $5 shipping anyway. So just a side note there. Let's get back. And then the next thing I would encourage you to do is to actually, you know, not place random orders. So I tend to watch the prices at Hershner's pretty closely. I've put several things, you know, in my cart or go back and kind of check on them, and the prices do fluctuate. So if there is a type of yarn that you do like, just keep watching it and waiting. And then, you know, if you have like one of those promo codes, wait till all those discounts kind of combine and place your order then. Now, the great thing about Hershner's too is that they have some really great private labeled yarns that are the Hershner's brand. And to be honest, they didn't used to be so great. The great value, but not soft at all. So they have made some great strides, even in like the five-ish years that I've been crocheting. Their yarn has gotten so much softer and just really nice quality for the amount of yarn that you get. I prefer to get like as large a quantities of yarn as possible. I'm not usually like a 50-gram ball type of gal. So they have a worsted 8, so half a pound of yarn, and they're usually run about $5. And then they also recently came out with a worsted 12. So the other thing I've noticed, and what we're about to get into in this haul, is that they seem to have what I would assume are some closeout yarns from different larger companies. So this is a great opportunity to get something that maybe you wouldn't have access to, like that you would have to order from someplace, you know, in Europe, like Wool Warehouse or Laughing Hens or something like that. So I took advantage of some bargains they had on some, like I said, I'm assuming closeout yarn that I've never seen around here. And I did get some of the private labeled yarn. So let's get to it. I went ahead and I did open this, or I sliced it open, but I did not look inside because I kind of wanted to be surprised. So they do usually put in all of your little promotional things. Here's something I've never seen before. It's a wine voucher from nakedwines.com. Never heard of that. That's in here. And then my receipt here. So let's get started. I am excited. The main reason that I ordered this is because I am a sucker for fall time, spooky season type of crafting. And I had seen both Ross, Smell Great Guy, and also Kayla from Alt Knots. I had seen both of them haul this new Halloween yarn. And Kayla had said that this used to be available. I have no recollection of it, but I have known about Herrschners for quite a while. So I'm not sure if it was just something I wasn't paying attention to, or if it was something that maybe was a closeout, or because I knew that, you know, they didn't used to be soft. I'm not sure what the deal is, but here is what it is. It is Hershner's worsted Halloween sparkle yarn. So I am super excited about this. This is the colorway Witch's Brew, and they had 4 of them available. Candy corn one, which was pretty cute, and like a more of like a vintagey Halloween one where it was white and gray, and orange and black. And then there was one that had like purple, green, orange, and white, I think, in it. To me, it reminded me of like a 90s type of Halloween color palette. But it also has sparkle in it. And I absolutely love this Witch's Brew. And I did order 2 of these. So these are the worsted 8, so 8 ounces. And one thing that's awesome too is that they do have this easy pull tab. So if you like doing the center pull, it's literally right there for you. But I noticed that Kayla from Alt Knots, she had in her video, she had actually put like granny squares she had made out of all of these because she's going to be making cardigans. I'll try to link that below. So if you want to see what these colorways look like in granny squares, you can. And then Ross had done a knitted hat in this one. So it is self-striping. Super, super cool. I'll go ahead and put a close-up in here. The Hershner's Worsted Halloween Sparkle. Yeah, I absolutely love how this is looking here. Here's the information. Right there. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that is great. I haven't worked it up yet, but I would totally purchase that again. Okay, I grabbed my packing slip, and just for reference, these 8-ounce skeins here are $5.97. So I paid just under $12 for a pound of this, and I think it's worth it. It's definitely not like the softest yarn I've ever touched, but it's pretty decent considering it also has the metallic sparkle. So I've got my packing list here, and let's go ahead and take a look at some of this closeout yarn. And I grabbed the prices so you can see. I did try to grab enough of them based on yardage to actually make something. And everything I got is the, what is it here? Rozetti. It says it's made in Turkey. So I am not sure. The writing is kind of small on this. If I can find something else, I'll show you where it is, where it's actually, the company is from. But this is all Rozetti yarn. I have never used this stuff before, this brand. And they were closeouts. So this one right here is the Samba Solid, and I paid $2 each for each of these skeins. Now I knew they would be a little bit smaller here. I believe these are 50-gram balls. And I did get 3 of them here, and there are 161 yards in this. It's 3.5 ounces. They're 100-gram balls, sorry. So it is like a little bit of a tape yarn, and I really got this thinking that I would make like a scarf, like a triangle scarf, shawl type of thing. It's just a very pretty color. It is 100% acrylic, and I'll go ahead and do a close-up of it here. So here is the Samba Solid, and it says color 309-15. So I don't remember if on the Hershner site it had the colors, like a color name listed or not. I know here on my packing slip it does not have any of that listed, but I'll go ahead and show you the label. Color number, made in Turkey. Oops, why do I keep getting that upside down? I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, I love this. I would call this kind of like a mauve-y lavender color, like one of Shannon's colors that she buys all the time. The next one that is on top is this Rosetti Serene. And I, in my mind, envisioned these being fairly large skeins, and they did not disappoint. I paid $3 a piece for these, and I did get 2 of them, and you can see they're wound quite differently, so you can see the colors. I think this is pretty. It's got like deep plums, and it's really, really soft. I can tell that already. It is like a baby boucle type of yarn here. So it says that it's 300 grams and it is 655 yards, and it is saying that it is a 4-weight. Also, this one said it was a 4-weight. So yeah, I really like this. And it does have some cooler tones here, like kind of a bluish gray, along with those plums. So for this, I was thinking maybe more like a cardigan or something like a wrap like that. I'll go ahead and give you a close-up of it right here. The Rosetti Serene. I mean, I am obviously more drawn to these darker colors than I am the lighter, but that is okay. I think that'll look really nice together. I'll bring up the label here so you can see that. And color number there. What else does the label have for us here? Made in Turkey. Yeah, massive 300-gram ball, 4-weight. I mean, this thing is bigger than my head. I am pretty excited because these next skeins of yarn are giant balls. So I'm pretty excited. Look at this. Ah, I love it. So this is Himalaya Mountain. And let's go ahead and look in here. This was also $3 a ball, and I bought 2 of them. So let's see what it says here. I'm like, now seeing how big these are, I'm like, I feel like you should rush out and grab one of these. I was like I knew based on the yards that it would be a little bit bigger, but kind of in my mind, I was envisioning like those little 50-gram balls of Chloe from Hobby Lobby. So this is 67% acrylic and 14% wool, 10% polyester, and 9% mohair. And what is it saying that it is here? It's one of those where it says that it is a 6 weight, but it's not. I mean, it's like they're judging by the halo there, if you can see how fuzzy that is. And the thread inside is kind of like zigzaggy, if that makes sense. So I got this. It's like a beautiful foresty fall type of color. So I did get 2 of them, and I will go ahead and put a close-up here, but ooh, I'm excited. Here is our close-up of this Himalaya mountain. I love these fall colors. There's a little bit of the label right here, a 200-gram ball. It is like real light and fluffy. There's your color number and everything. It is real light and fluffy, but these are just absolutely humongous. Okay, so the last one I got is this Rozetti Tibet. And it's very, very similar to this Himalaya mountain. So it is 67 acrylic, 14% wool, 10% polyester, and 9% mohair. This is a solid. Now, I will say this is a little bit brighter pink than I had anticipated it, but I think this still could be a lot of fun. And like I said, it is just giant. So does it say here how many yards? This does. Oh my gosh, you guys, my cat about knocked that over. Sorry about that. I'll have to look at the footage and see what that looks like. So I will go ahead and give you a close-up of this Tibet right here. It's also a 200-gram ball. And pretty much the exact same specs on there too. So yeah, so pretty. And I just can't believe, and that's why I'm saying that I think a lot of these that they have on here that are you know, not such like mainstream brands in the US are closeouts, because there's no way that this is a $3 ball of yarn when it is this size. So it's probably something you're not going to be able to get a lot more of. So maybe my advice would be, if you do pop over to Hershner's and order any of this, that you make sure you actually get enough to finish whatever project you're looking for. Thank you so much for talking yarn with me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope this is beneficial for you. Like I said, if you are a rural gal like me, and you can't just run down the road and get some yarn, this Hershner's is a fantastic resource. And so I just kind of wanted to go over pricing here with you. Like I said, these were phenomenal, phenomenal deals. The private labeled Hershner's and brand new Halloween ones I got were basically $6 each. So that was the highest priced item, but I did end up with, a pound of yarn, and those do have a really high amount of yarns in it. I want to say 500 or 600 yards in each of those. I'm sorry, it is at the bottom of this box. So then the sambas were $2 a piece, and then the rest of the giant balls of yarn were $3 each. So I spent just over $35, and it was like 35 and some change. So that was also the threshold for the shipping. So I feel like that is absolutely fantastic. I could figure out how many yards I got here, but I don't think we really need to do that for you to see how great of a value this is. So I will have a couple other videos that I have from Hershner's, some hauls linked up here if you are a little bit more curious about, what they have to offer. In the meantime, thanks for taking yarn with me. Thanks for talking yarn with me.